It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time.
And they are led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 52 from the University of Arizona. In his 9th year, it's Nick Foles.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
It's a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 31-yard line.
Last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a toss, left side, Michel. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a dive. A dive, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Foles.
And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got him.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
That's good.
The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 4 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And now has 12 touchdowns on the season, which tells you he's doing more than his share of great route running and finding ways to get open and putting the ball in the end zone.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch them?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He's stopped at the Eagles' 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Sony Michel, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They'll run. This is Kamara. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The second-year man, Max Crosby, the one who brought him down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. A safety with a sack there. LaMarcus Joyner.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they are silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Eagles 0.
Here's Foles. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll run it. This is Michel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Sony Michel, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. at their own 28-yard line.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Wilson buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs, because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. Kamara with a run on 1st down, but he's fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage there. No gain. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Ball carrier.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's brought in left side by Tate.
Complete to Golden Tate. A gain of 4 yards. It's now 4th down.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Off to Thomas on the left side. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Offense marching back onto the field, and our focus shifts here to Sony Michel. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our...
Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Brings up
an incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again, Wilson. And oh, what a catch that time by Landry. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Wilson's pass.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Foles. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And they got the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep now for Landry. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to our... And just like that, on we head to half number 2. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
And I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for Jarvis Landry.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll try and throw for it here. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And Tate's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's out to his running back, Michel. Muscling free near the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode Really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 34.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Michelle. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Sony Michel, 28 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Trenton Cannon on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And Wilson. It's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Wilson.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.